I have always believed that teaching the next generation of woodworker is vital to the overall health and well-being of this amazing trade. Because of that, the Imagination Woodshop has partnered with industrial tech teacher Mr. Adam Schmittendorf on a series of short safety videos specifically designed to help the beginning woodworker. Our hope is that this information can help you be both successful and safe as you begin your woodworking journey. Enjoy.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Spartan Wood Shop and Metal Shop. Today we're going to talk about one of our most commonly used and heavily used tools in the shop, the bandsaw. Whether it's a large floor model like we have here or the smaller benchtop models, the safety for them and the general use and setup is the same for both. First things first, before we can dive into our first cuts, we need to talk about our personal protective equipment or PPE. Most generally and always, we should have our safety glasses or goggles on. Now, if you need to, you can also wear hearing protection, dust mask, or apron. Those are all optional. But safety glasses are the most important things in our shop, along with proper footwear. No sandals, we should be wearing closed-toed shoes at all times. When approaching any bandsaw, the very first thing is to make sure that the bandsaw is off. Now, when dust collectors and other machinery is going, it's going to be quite loud in the shop. So the very first thing to do is identify if the teeth are moving or not. If you can see the teeth, bandsaw is off. If you cannot, it's on. At that point, press the stop button and power off the saw and wait for it to come to a complete stop. Now, as you approach the bandsaw, if left properly, the guard should be all the way down. To adjust the guard with both floor and upright models, the lock knob is located in the back. Loosen the lock knob, adjust your height, and then relock as so. To adjust the height, there are a few things for our height adjustment. It needs to be between 1/8 and 1/4 of an inch tall. There are several methods this can be done. One method is simply the pinky method. Loosen the lock knob, bring it back down, and set it on top of your pinky. Each bandsaw should be equipped with a push stick. Simply put the push stick down, loosen again the guard, bring it down on top, lock it back in, and pull your push stick out. You now have a proper setup, and you are ready to make your first cuts. Now, the best part of all using a bandsaw are first cuts. So with that, bandsaws are capable of creating straight cuts, curved cuts, as well as resaw cuts all on one machine, and often without fences. Let's begin. As we begin our first cut, we need to make sure that our fingers are outside of the safety zone. The ring right here is a perfect example of where your safety zone is. Keeping your fingers outside of this zone is where they need to be. At this point, we're going to power it on and begin our first cut. As the saw powers on, it should have a nice humming sound. At this point, you would notice too, you can no longer see the teeth. We're going to make our first cut. Note the X represents my waist side, meaning that I want the blade on this side of the line. As you push the wood through, make sure that it's able to cut and you are not forcing too hard. It should make a nice smooth sound with minimal noise or squealing. As you come to the end, slow down your cut and you have finished. Now that we've completed our cut, simply back your hands away and power off the saw. Bandsaws take a while to power down. Again, once we can see the teeth, the bandsaw blade has come to a complete stop. For this example, we're going to make a curved cut. Now with a curved cut, often you need to make relief cuts if your blade cannot follow the profile. For this example, we have a thin enough blade that would be able to follow this profile, but we're going to make some relief cuts. To do a relief cut, power on your saw. Note, we scribbled out our waist side. Bring it in on an angle towards your line. Stop just short of your line and then power off your saw. Again, wait for the saw to come to a complete stop before pulling the piece of material out. This is so that we don't pull the blade off of the wheel. When working with small pieces, we may want to use a clamp, which you'll also find located on the saw. Clamp your work material, and then you'll support the other side with a push stick as you go through. Using a clamp and a push stick, push your materials through, supporting on both sides. Remember, let the saw do the work. Power off your machine and wait for it to come to a complete stop before clearing away any debris. As we finish up with our safety on the bandsaw, use common sense, ask your instructor for help, and when in doubt, pause and think. I hope you enjoyed our safety video on the bandsaw. Remember, stay safe and happy woodworking.